Put your teeth on the reed and make it squeal. Oh, girl, what?
Good afternoon. I mean morning. And welcome.
Y'all, I'm so sad because this probably means
another
I'm not
Realms
see anybody for like 2 months now.
One-Shot.
We're live, by the way.
Are we?
What?
You see, they kept talking.
Elias, you're muted.
You're muted.
Great.
Did you mean to tell us we were live and then?
I did, and then I said it in the chat, and then everyone just kept talking.
God damn it, Elias!
You know.
Hi.
Ah!
Hello. The thing is, the stream heard me, but you guys couldn't, so it's a fun.
Oh, that's fun.
thing.
Panic.
Anyway.
Wait, at what point did we start?
Kiri was talking about something about teeth and girls.
Oh, fantastic! They heard that you put your teeth on the reed and make it squeal. I love it.
That was the one.
Did they see this one? Okay,
You'll
good.
have to ask chat.
All right, Chat, did you see that one?
The secret dies with them.
Secret dies with them. Oh.
Anyway, good morning.
America.
We are here with part 2 of the Imprisoning War One-Shot, which is actually a 3-shot. We have had a cast shakeup, mostly because more people were available and then some weren't available. You know, that's what happens week to week. So,
Eileen is not feeling well. Send her lovely healing thoughts.
Yes.
Send her a healing potion.
But like in real life, but actually not, because it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it would be weird.
So, yes, that's what's happening. For announcements, we have started to upload a bunch of Realms content to YouTube. With any luck, this episode will be up on YouTube around this time tomorrow. And throughout the week, we've been uploading our backlog of Campaign 1. Starting this past Thursday with the musical episode that happened in 2018.
Dear God, we're that far behind.
The comments for that video are amazing.
It caused me a not insignificant amount of pain to make the thumbnail for that.
I want to go through that.
So if you want to see that, that's on YouTube.
YouTubin.com.
Chax will be watching it during this one shot. So
Same.
I'm not. I'm good.
I lived it. So
I think I managed to sing 8 bars total in that. So
I think
impressive.
I'm calling that a win.
I was saying some great comment, and I always am uncomfortable singing a cappella, so that's a thing.
Anyway, that's happening. Go watch it, but not right now.
It's a broken Cheerio box. I don't understand.
Yeah,
Oh.
you will once you start
you
watching.
from-
around for that. Oh God.
Elias used to have a mascot.
The
in
Cheerio
everything
boxes
that,
that would sit in the back of his.
Yeah.
It's still
we
there.
turned it into a character for
You
the
just
musical
it's so
episode.
out of focus.
The weird love
nice.
affair that we just don't talk about anymore.
As a matter of fact, we made a run-on joke on it this past you thought where everyone had a Cheerio box in their backgrounds.
Yeah, people just started having Cheerio boxes behind them and didn't tell anyone or me about it at all. And we just kept watching the marathon and kept noticing, do they have a Cheerios box behind them? Oh, they have one behind them too. Well, guess we
Pretty
should.
awesome.
Anyway, that's
You can
on
blame Peyton
YouTube,
for that.
as well as part 1 of the Imprisoning War One-Shot as well, and many more to
Good.
come.
You can see how we got 5 feet away from where we started.
Yes, that.
I think it's closer to like 20 or 30 feet, but I mean, yeah, you're not 100% wrong.
In other news, the clip contest is still ongoing here on the Twitch channel. What is the clip contest, you may ask? Well, every month, we basically ask that you clip your favorite moments from any broadcast on the channel. And then at the end of the month, a bunch of people who stream on the channel will all get together and decide on their favorite clips. Whichever of the clips comes out on top that person will get a $5 eShop gift card. So it's exciting. You should clip. And who knows? You might see those clips in YouTube compilations and TikToks. I don't know how TikTok works.
I believe you tick and then you talk.
I defer to Kiri. But yes, that's happening.
Did you just John Cena?
I did.
You can't see me.
I did.
I was imagining every time you upload to TikTok, you have to like go in a rhythm and keep moving your body until it finishes uploading.
That they just do a little mini game where it's like keep your face on rhythm while it's uploading.
That sounds horrible. But also there's a TikTok dance or something. So
Not many. I'm not on that side of TikTok, but I know that there are many.
great.
There are tap dance challenges through TikTok now.
There's an entire
Tap
side
dancing
that
is
reminds me
cool.
of the worst part of going to theater school.
That's like a large part of TikTok.
It sounds like the parts I've heard about, which is why I hated Vine, but I kind of miss it now.
It's not a large
like
part. There's
you
a very
used
like
Vine.
I haven't seen a TikTok dance in quite a while.
Give the children
It's not
time.
what I'm on my. It's not on my side of TikTok. But
Well,
for a
they've
while,
also
there
been,
was there was definitely parts where I'm like, oh, this reminds me of like trying to fucking study in a Starbucks and watching the musical theater majors just break out into literally a tap dance as they're waiting, and I'm like, this is not your stage.
I'm sorry, did that annoy you?
A little bit. More because it was just like they were literally in the way of people waiting for their coffee, and I'm like, this is not your stage. Be considerate. I am all about performing and loving music and everything and whatnot, but like also be considerate of where you are and the people around you. That's all.
We had such a small theater department that I ended up spending a lot more time at the music majors in the like 4.5 minutes they had per day when they weren't rehearsing for one of the 12 groups that they were in.
So
They were fun.
So yes, YouTube, TikTok, and everyone please ignore the fact that I had been on the game view and not the host view for the past 5 minutes.
Damn.
You've spoiled my character reveal.
Spoiled Jody's character that was here last week, and also everyone else's characters who you've been familiar with the past 5 years.
Because I didn't think about making another character.
No one else did.
No one did.
You're good.
I'm the only one with a new character.
Jody didn't even have to. He could have just reused the one from the last one, but he was just like, I am going to make yet another monk.
It's Jody. He's like fantastic and can make characters at the drop of a hat.
Another monk? Oh, so he's going to be the party damage dealer?
Remarkably enough, this is a pacifist
You will
monk.
see.
Get out.
He has healed more NPCs than we have ever.
Well,
healed
surely Lex watched part 1 so that he has context going into part 2.
Oh,
so
totally.
I assume Carrie. I assume that Carrie did the same thing. So we're gonna hit the ground running here.
It's a terrible assumption for you.
Very optimistic.
Especially considering I wasn't entirely sure I was going to make it to this until like pretty last minute. I was like, yes, I think I can.
Less than 24 hours, I was still pinging. I was like, hey, so who's coming to this? And I'm restructuring parts of the one-shot.
Sir.
Anyway, does anyone have anything else we think we should talk about or bring up before we jump into today's game?
I mean, not related to the game, but sure.
Well,
it
also doesn't have to be related to the game.
No,
what is it?
It will be a distraction. Wait, it's your birthday?
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! What the fuck? Why didn't you say anything?
Yeah.
I was hoping to sneak that in there without you guys hearing it.
No, we heard it.
No.
Sorry, let me turn down my mic so if I need to do that again.
Delightfully harassed because now I'm deciding that like from
everyone
here until next
happy
Saturday
birthday in chat
is Jack's birthday week.
I mean, I am Arel. Arel does enjoy being harassed.
Everyone yell happy birthday in chat right now. Let's go.
Also, as a reminder,
Happy birthday
for this game specifically, chat can interact with the game by using your channel points to give us things like legend points and rerolls. And I think a great birthday present would be to just give, Arel a bunch of rerolls,
give her all
legend
the
points.
things.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna
things.
pause you. I think you should, for my birthday, you should give it to everyone else because I have like 16 rerolls and 98 legend points, so I think I'm okay for
Give her to 100. Get her to 100.
How do you have that?
Because
That's
she gets to
magic.
keep the rerolls. You guys
So,
keep the rerolls
yes,
from the other campaign.
Because it's open legend, you can use the redemptions, and because everyone's using the same characters except Jody, you still have whatever you didn't use
those.
in the campaign.
Oh shit!
That's unfortunate.
That means
oh well.
I have. Wait, how much do I have? Oh, I have 8 legend points. Oh, I have 32 audience.
Because we were talking about you gotta
use them all.
You used yours in the game.
No, not all of them.
To be fair,
I had rerolls left.
It was wise to use them then and not now, but you can use whatever you have left now.
I apparently have 1 legend point left. But
don't worry, I have next to nothing.
40.
So
I finished, or I used the 100, and then I was saving the rest of them for the next epic thing. But the therapy triangle worked.
The therapy triangle worked.
The therapy triangle did work.
So then I just was like, all right, well, what if I put them all into one roll
Go to
after
therapy,
the game ended?
kids.
I had so many backup plans in case it didn't work.
Me too.
Anyway,
Mary gets a cookie.
The situation. Mary, who is probably not awake yet.
Indeed,
congrats on your cookie.
Defeated the last villain, who I will not reveal to you who he is because I believe you're new to this.
But you should definitely go and watch the Realms of the Wilds.
Indeed.
I'm once again waiting for Imp to let me
through
know
the power of perspective and the.
Okay.
So in the meantime, while they're being uploaded to YouTube, you can also view them on this channel.
Yeah, every episode is
on
Twitch. If you look at our collections, I did go and organize all the collections to anticipate the move to YouTube. So they're all there. All the one-shots, except the one that we never voted, RIP. And all the Realms episodes. So.
And we've been doing this because you don't know, Netherlad, for 5.5 years?
Since September 2017.
Mm-hmm. So 5.5 years. We started pre-production April of 2017. So 6 years.
Ask Jody about pre-production. He likes to talk about it a lot for this show.
It was a lot of work. I've never put 4 months of pre-production into an RPG I was running before.
You have now.
Anyway, as we now wait ourselves through pre-production of Campaign 2 and continue on to Part 2 of this one-shot, we return to the Realms one-shot. It's not Realms. Okay.
Oh, that was not as satisfying.
No.
Another exciting episode of.
And now here's the game view for the first time ever this stream.
Whoa, that's crazy.
All right. So, let's see who's here. Arel and Talon. Previously on Realms One-Shot, Imprisoning War Part 2, both of you woke up in Arel specifically, woke up in a jail cell after turning in one night before taking on the last Lake Hylia temple where the last wound was. You fell asleep, you woke up in a cell. You quickly recognized, albeit in a slightly modified Zora body, Zolta there. You also kind of met 2 other people in the cells. Only one of them was conscious. And that's how you met Talon, who was a Goron, who you recognize was not Iruna somehow. But a very, very odd, pacifistic, diplomatic Goron that you all worked together with, the 3 of you, to eventually break out of the prison. There were some zigzags along the way. You scoped ahead, found there were a couple of guards, came back. The guards followed you back. You fought them. You didn't fight them. You basically killed them, then you unkilled them, and it was a whole thing that led to you putting the guards in your prison cells. And
One guard, the other died, turned to dust.
That's what happened. And
the one who's about to have a baby.
waltzing on out the front door of the prison because there were no other guards in that prison.
Which is a good thing because I don't want to see what we would have done to more guards.
Well, give it an hour.
Whoa.
As you exited the front door of the prison, you found yourself on the outskirts of a town next to what you assume is a version of Hyrule Castle. And in the distance, you saw a very, very large and bloody battle happening near what looks to be like the Temple of Time, which was peculiar for most of you, except Talon, because that shouldn't be next to the castle. It also looked like some sort of magic was happening from within the Temple of Time that most of the Hyrulean forces seemed to be protecting. And as you viewed this landscape and this site, that is where we pick up here. As you take in more of these surroundings, you notice you can hear faint sounds of fighting and skirmishes from all around you at different points. You hear some from within the castle, you hear some from within the town. Occasionally you see some of the sources, but not usually. Most of that is focused on the larger battle near the temple. I will have Aurel make a perception check, please.
Okay, give me a second because I closed out of my browsers.
Tight. It's fine. I forgot to start the music. So
don't worry, guys. We're professional.
Moving right along.
Exactly.
Let's see if it actually loops this time.
Footloose and fancy free.
Ooh, dramatic.
Oh no! Scroll down, please. There we are. All right, perception check. Bloop, bloop. 5. Aurel is super perceptive.
First roll.
5.
5.
Cool.
You're
So,
distracted by the new body.
Cass and Pierre.
Yep.
Since Aurel does not see you coming,
We get an advantage on attacking. Wait, what are we doing?
and Talon is
Murder.
busy keeping his sights on both Aurel and Zolta because he does not trust them to do anything ever at all after their previous encounter.
Fair.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
To recap what you two have been up to, which I say recap, no one has known this until this point.
Whoa.
You also found yourselves going to sleep one night during your standard adventures and waking up in prison cells. It was interesting for you, Pierre, as you begin to recall your dream memories, being in this dream. Pierre, you once again realize you are in the body of Azora for some reason. And through communicating with Kess, as well as 2 other people who were in the same room, same block as you all, who you identified as a different-looking Goron Iruna and a different-looking Hylian Atticus. Your form of Zora was unlike anything you've ever seen or heard of. A lot more greenish skin, very, very more humanoid or Hylianoid head, but with very sharp fins coming out of the cheeks. A little more stocky build. It's quite bizarre. Through some ingenuity on Kessa's part and some explosives on Iruna's part, you all broke out of your cells. And did some light exploring in the prison, but never came across any guards, ironically. You briefly looked for some of your other party members, specifically Zolta and Aurel. Couldn't find them. Before you came to this spot earlier on, saw a similar sight, and elected to sort of very briefly split up to try and get more information. Cass, you and Pierre went a little deeper into the town, a little towards the battle, to see if you could figure out what this was about, what's happening. And Iruna and Atticus elected to go a little farther up into the castle, see if there's anything they could find or disseminate, with the agreement that you would meet back here as soon as, shortly, or as soon as you found anything.
Cool.
Important question. Am I still Zora
Yeah.
in this, or am I just me?
No, you're that funky looking Zora, yeah.
Sorry.
Am I in a different body as well?
You are. You're still a Sheikah with a hookshot, but different looking.
Oh my god, you guys. I win everything.
It's worth noting that you still have an accordion that seems to work as expected as well, Pierre.
Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping that one of them were gonna be the Gerudo woman.
Yeah, you guys left her there.
You left us. Rude. She was unconscious, and we were accused of helping Ganon, and we had no way to tell if she was helping Ganon or not.
Okay.
So.
Also, I didn't want to I'd already seen what they'd done to people who weren't me. I didn't want to see what they were going to do to this poor Gerudo woman who was unconscious and bruised. So I'm like, you know what? We'll just leave you there. She's probably safer in the cell.
So,
I wouldn't trust Darrell either.
As a retroactive journey, I will have you, Pierre, and Kestrel choose between you who gets to make a... Okay, sure. Perception check.
Who's got the higher perception?
Because perception is, I think I use a logic roll for.
Oh. Then you.
Cass uses a logic roll for everything.
Jesus.
Yes, and that's why we let her roll.
Yes.
I believe
That's why she averages like 39.
Exactly.
Do I use that for that? Or no, wait, maybe I don't.
If you
I
guys
I
just
still
think
want to know the averages
your
of our
attribute
rolls.
substitution was just logic for agility.
Yeah, you're correct.
All right.
So I
And
think you
strength.
still roll perception.
Because I did it for strength as well.
Wait, so
You just logic everything.
What's your perception score?
4.
You have a higher one than me. You should still roll.
Okay.
I don't know. Mine
kinda
is
makes
4 too,
sense.
and I still did not roll very well. So
That's
Oh,
fair.
they rolled like crap last week.
Where's...
Yeah,
That's why it took them 2 hours to break out of a prison.
You
It's
two
almost
rolled
trying to kill
shit in my
people.
Cthulhu one shot. Everyone rolls like trash except Kiri.
Only in this, y'all. Like,
In
I
the
don't-
YouTube comments.
In real life,
the
she doesn't roll
conversation
well
with
at all.
someone.
I don't though. I don't. Like, I just finished my first DMing my first one shot since college, but like, except for once, I rolled so terribly, which is great for my players, but not so
Yeah, I
much
mean,
for
as a
me.
GM, it doesn't
Yeah.
make a difference. It's only as a player where it's a problem.
So, what's the perception roll there, Kestrel?
Oh, sorry. That's a good question.
It's an excellent question, one that I would very much like to know the answer to
That's fair.
progress the story forward.
this is why
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. 4 hours to do one thing. Sorry, 2 hours.
Can you imagine if last week had taken 4 hours?
Oh, wait. How am I so far up in the chat? 22.
22. Yeah, that's plenty high. It doesn't take you very long, sort of going into the city where, again, you can hear some skirmishes, and you did actually have to fight off a single moblin. It wasn't too much of a struggle for you both. But shortly after that battle, you looked over into an alleyway and managed to notice a child hiding behind a barrel. And so you went up, you asked the child, what's happening? What are you hiding from? What's going on? The child was very, very apprehensive, scared, frightened. Feel free, whoever's taking the lead on that conversation, to make a persuasion check.
You might have the higher one than this. I only have a 3 in persuasion. I'm not very charisma based.
Lex?
Freeze? Oh no, there he is.
I'm assuming
Alex?
Pierre is making that check right now.
What? Sorry. I'm waking up.
And this is why we don't have you make perception checks, my love, my dearest. What is your
You got a persuasion check?
My persuasion score is a 3.
Would you like to try?
Sure. You know what? I'll put 2 legend points in it. Fuck it.
Persuade this
Really
little
wants to
kid.
get through to this kid.
He just brings out candy. He's like,
Oh,
25.
God.
Super
Oh, my
persuaded.
goodness. You learn so much from this child. He just opens up to you. You actually find out he was raised by Azora and has an inherent trust of them. And you find out that what is happening here is that Ganon's forces managed to start leaking out of a portal that existed in the Temple of Time from some other darker world where he and his minions resided. And have been a consistent threat that has led to a war with Hyrule for the past few months. It was not going well, and so the King of Hyrule, at the advice of some of his advisors, decided to make a last-ditch effort and have all the remaining sages to sort of put together a ritual to seal the portal while what was left of the army defended them. And that seems to be what is happening now, as they sought out a hero or a champion to wield the Master Sword, but could not find one.
Very knowledgeable, kick a kid.
Yeah, you know, with the 45, he's heard a lot of stuff.
The highest I think
everything.
I've ever rolled ever in my
He's
life.
been so persuaded that somehow he knows things even he didn't realize he knew.
He's heard a lot hiding in the shadows.
That is legitimately the highest I've ever rolled.
As you're trying to learn more from this kid, there is a nearby explosion, and as it sort of temporarily distracts you, he takes this sort of opportunity to run and hide, and you kind of lose track of him.
Definitely heard the sword of opportunity, and now I want that as an item.
Hang on, just making a note. Okay.
The sword of opportunity.
At that point,
I'm stealing that note too.
you decide it's probably best to meet back up with Irina and Atticus. And as you approach the meeting spot, you find not them, but a group of 3 other people: Goron, Sheikah, and another Zora. Just as weird looking as Pierre.
Wait.
I'm so
Hey,
sorry. My
hey-
thing just restarted.
Hey, GM.
Yes, player.
Is the Pierre in this world engaged to the Zelda in this world? Because that was a thing from the last time you one-shot.
You have
Is it-
no way of having known that the entire time you've been here. Everyone you've interacted with, aside from that kid, has been people you've known and don't know the context of what is going on in this world.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I switched spots with Trainer Jody.
I have switched you back.
Okay, wonderful. Sorry. Thank you. My bad.
So you
Just wanted
come
to see what
upon
it's
them.
like to be a Goron.
You come upon them, and they do not seem to realize that you have approached. You don't know for sure who they are, but you do know that you still haven't found Zolta or Arel, but you have found Aruna, and that's definitely not Aruna. So,
Well, do we talk to them?
Well, you're very persuasive,
shot.
so
No. Probably. I mean,
So
our
as you
friends have
guys-
to be around here somewhere. Like
You
that's
think, right?
As you guys
One would
approach,
hope.
you would probably hear Talon going, "So, going forward, if we don't have to kill them, we don't kill them."
That's definitely
Right?
them. That's definitely them. I don't know who that guy is, but he's definitely talking to our friends.
Hey!
I imagine
That's you know what?
uh,
Yeah, that's
Zora
that's what we try to talk to.
would
Zoltan
say
about.
something to the effect of, "Don't worry, Dream Man, I can do what I want."
Excuse me,
Oh, I
I'm
miss him.
Sandman.
no, you are.
Interchangeable, back and forth.
Oh my god.
Thank you all for coming to this one shot. Have a good morning.
I did not say it, Elias.
Scene.
I did not say it. You
Which
said
is why I
didn't
actually
say
didn't
it.
cut the stream.
And see.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Wait, I didn't. You can do things without killing the people you encounter?
Yes, yes, that's actually a normal response to other people.
Wait,
in
Definitely
fact,
them.
the idea
Zelda.
of killing anyone that you see should be the not what you do. How have you survived this long?
Wait, Zolta, did you know this?
Especially hearing Zolta, Kess like just kind of walks up and is like, "Hi."
Ah!
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Sorry, they still look like them, correct?
They
do not.
they look like
Okay.
a random Sheikah and Zora.
Kess
You know-
waves.
Oh, that's right.
Kess waves her hook shot.
Hello.
And is
I have
like,
an accordion.
So
You might have a hint at this point.
we're all in different bodies.
It's Arel.
That's
Arel is
fun.
distracted by forms.
Good lord.
So
Especially seeing as
I've been
with
coming
the-
to Hyrule
Zora
Town
with an
for
accordion.
close to 20 or 30 years now, and I'd never seen a Sheikah here before, and now I've seen two in the same day. It seems weird. Are you two friends? You seem familiar with each other.
Seems
Oh, that's my
weird.
fiance.
I mean, nope. That is
And that's
not
my
true.
fiance. And that's my fiance.
No.
And that's my
Okay.
fiance.
What one of
So maybe we'll try
the
this. and
weirdly quiet one is my wife, but normally she's quite murdery.
Yeah, that's actually how we realized it was y'all because you were giving a lecture about how not to kill people. Yeah. We've had that conversation.
So
Thanks
turn
for that,
towards Hess. So maybe this will be faster this way then. I'm Toulon.
Hello.
And you are...
Kestrel, Pierre.
Lovely.
You're not normally here, nor in these bodies, so
So-
that's fun.
Talon, make a quick learning check for me.
Learning check that I have a 0 in? Of course.
That's correct. Yeah.
How's a 6 go for you?
God.
Great.
You feel like you've seen them before.
Period.
Yep, that's
Didn't I-
that's the word that ends with the
I was
6.
gonna say, I was like, is there something I can... Nope. It's like, you seem awfully familiar. Have I given a talk at your school about how to share?
No,
Hmm.
Huh?
I'll figure it out eventually.
I mean I can't speak for this face, but no.
Sharing is caring.
Just to clarify, you realize that is a very strange statement to make, right?
And just to
Like, I'm not
clarify,
the
earlier I
only
said we're
person-
not normally in these bodies. Keep up, man. So,
Fair enough.
Kestrel's just rolling with it. She's like, okay, this is the weirdness of the day. All right. So, are you guys still in the? Are you guys still locked in a cell?
No, we are now outside of Hyrule Castle.
Okay.
And there is an ominous thing in the distance near the
Right.
temple.
Okay. So there's like no one in there, right? You guys didn't see any. Well, we found like a
Well,
little.
there
bit.
were
We found like
people in
no
there.
guards.
There was.
Yeah, that's their fault.
No,
I-
there's your son is still in there.
Did you kill?
Again?
Oh,
Not my son.
Huh?
He said he has a son. That's his
Yes,
son
I
who's a
do.
guard who's a Hylian, and he said his wife is pregnant. His son, he says he's going to be a grandpa again soon. So we didn't kill him. We put him in the cell that I was in.
there's a lot of information.
Yeah, I don't know how
Yes.
to process this.
Most of it untrue.
Okay, that's not.
That's not what you told me.
That's not
Aurel
unusual.
looks
I have told
Or a realm.
you nothing. You have
Um.
come up with an amazing life story that I would have loved to have lived. However, I have never lived the life that you were describing.
But you said that your son is about to.
Yes,
and you
he
called
is,
him
and
son.
he lives in Kakariko. And yes, I called him son because he was young. It's a
So young people are sons.
yes. Sometimes people react better when you use an informal pronoun for them as opposed to something less connective. That's what I do. I connect with people. I stop them from killing each other, unless they happen to be a Zora that can drain the life out of people from vast distances, apparently.
You should really
Dave.
ask what pronouns they
Zolta's
prefer,
just
because
cackling
that is very
electricity between her
rude.
fingers.
Just, did you say she's cackling electricity?
Yeah.
It's amazing that we didn't have to like put her down at the end of that.
Damn.
All right. So, weird things happening. Any
Obviously.
ideas?
Well, there's a large amount of shiny things happening over at the Temple of Time, and generally the Temple of Time tends to be not even a tourist spot. Like, nobody goes there. So this is the most excitement there I've ever seen.
That's right. Yes, Zolta and I were accused of being part of Ganon's forces, and apparently this body did things before we took over this body, and they were complete opposite of what we are. Apparently I was very stoic and cool. But my name was Ari.
Okay. So, Temple of Time then?
Yeah, I think we should go Temple of Time.
Let's see. Who hasn't rolled?
I think everyone has.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I'll roll again.
I think
Or Rel should roll perception.
Pierre, you have not yet rolled a perception check, so you go ahead and roll. You were the quietest one in that conversation.
I'll do another 2 legend points because I have so many. 23.
Good roll.
Christopher looks offended. Sorry.
Mom, where did you go?
A cat walks by as this conversation is happening, looks very put off by all of you, and goes in the opposite direction.
Void floof.
23. As you all are taking in the situation and deciding your next action, something that you remember and just have knowledge stored in the back of your mind from the many months you've been traveling together is the unique sound of explosions from Irunic bombs. It's a signature sound that has almost deafened you several occasions, and amidst all the chaos and sounds of battle and other explosions, you do feel like you hear 1 or 2 of those bombs coming from up in the castle, accompanied by some smaller explosions, which are less familiar to you.
So some are coming from the castle and some are coming from like everywhere else?
There's sounds of battle and explosions happening all around you, but the ones that sound the most familiar are coming from the castle. Which, as you recall, is where Iruna and Atticus said they were going to explore.
I nudge Cass. Hey, I'm hearing some Iruna bombs, and they're coming from the castle. Wasn't that where Atticus and Iruna said they were going?
Okay. Gather the chaos first.
May not be a bad idea.
All right, let's go.
Do you name your bombs?
What? No.
After Gorons?
No, we have a Gor.
Oh, time out. You know Aruna?
Well, it's a Goron name. My son, when he was in high school.
Oh my god, this story's gonna take forever. Let's go.
Walk and talk.
All right.
As you begin walking, you learn all about...
answer why you're naming bombs after Goron.
We're not naming bombs. In fact, the fact that you thought we were naming a bomb probably should have been a big sign. So that sound we associate with Aruna. He likes his bombs. We know at Chop Chop. Keep up.
Ah, gotcha.
All right. So you guys go to seek out Iruna and Atticus. Arel, they sort of catch you up a little bit on what they have been up to and why you're heading where you're heading. On your way up through the castle, as you get closer to the sound of these familiar sounding explosions, which seem to get less and less frequent,
Oh, when you're not sure if the less explosions mean good things or bad things.
You do encounter some resistance as you once again find a couple of moblins, some bokoblins that stand in your way. They look a little different than the ones you're used to, but it's kind of unmistakable. The signature look of any sort of Ganon minion. As you try to fight through them and brush through them, we're gonna do it through skill checks. Because there's a few of them, and we only have 2 hours. Who's leading the charge up this path through the castle?
I feel like it's Pierre and Cass.
Cass,
Probably.
yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
I think Cass, then me.
I've become the bullshit wrangler, or the bullshit
Cass.
whisperer.
Always were.
Cass followed by Pierre. Who's second and third? Or
I'd
third
be
and
just
fourth?
I don't like
I'd
that
be
you're
just
figuring out our
behind
exact
them.
order. That makes me very nervous.
I would probably try to be next to someone. So
Okay.
at this point,
So we'll say you and Zoltz are behind Pierre, and then Talon is behind them.
Okay.
Is that what you meant, Jody?
No, I was gonna say that I would, because I was talking with Kess and Pierre.
Invoke the Sorkin. Yeah, we're
Oh,
walking
you were.
and
That's
talking.
right. Okay. So Talon will be in the middle then, and then
I like
Rel,
being in the middle.
and then
Helps me.
Zolta will be last. So,
Just take some time.
Little bit.
as you come across this first wave of enemies, I'll have each of you make a check of your choice, as long as you can justify how you are using it to either dodge and get past or fight through these enemies. We'll start with you, Kestrel.
Well, I'm going to be using my logic, of course, because I treat every battle like a chessboard. Of like, oh, if I use this particular angle or this move, then I can use your own strength against you. And I don't know why I'm talking like this, but that's what I'm gonna.
Commit to it.
we'll take it. We'll take it.
Logic, motherfucker.
And
Alright.
how
We love the accent. Yeah.
how are you
Only
logicking your way?
23? Really?
How are you logicking through this specifically?
Using like I said, using it like a chessboard. Like, okay, actually, it's probably more like that scene in the first Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes,
movie.
where he's like, okay, you're gonna do this, anticipation. All right, and then I'm going to use this to get past you. Haha, haha.
So it's like you're seeing an initiative in real time and planning
Yeah.
out moves. Okay.
Exactly.
23? Yeah, okay. So as you approach, Cass is first up on the moblin, and you're not sure what she's gonna do to attack her, and she ends up doing these series of dodges and maneuvers to where before you know it, Cass is in front of the moblin, and the moblin has been somehow placed behind you, with holding a different weapon suddenly. Like, it all happens so fast, you're not sure.
It happened so fast.
As you watch that happen, what are you doing, Pierre?
I am trying to support and use my knives to kind of block anything and like clear a path.
Okay. And so what are you going to roll to do that?
I'm going to agility the fuck out of this shit.
You can fly, Alex. Fly.
No.
Are you sure you're going to do that in this body?
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah! I really want to see Azura fly though.
Okay. Okay. However,
We have a plan.
However, Alex, did you remember you weren't a Rito right now?
I think it would have been
I'm
amazing to
going to
watch
roll
him
it.
just jump into the air and not realize he was Azura.
You can
I'm
certainly
going-
try.
So he just
I'm
watched.
going to roll agility and deflect the question.
Fair.
I'm just gonna use up all my legend points. 39.
Yeah, that's a lot. By the way,
Done.
speaking of legend points, since it did stop eventually, Kestrel.
Oh, I took 10.
Yeah, that looks like 10.
he
10
added
legend
it up for
points
me.
just for you.
I'm already there, friend.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what this is.
Okay, 39 agility as Pierre, you take out a slightly different looking accordion, but functionally is the same. As you take the daggers out and sort of rush this moblin who's already caught off guard by the sudden like forced movement that he's had to deal with, and you just kind of like do some light damage, but mostly block and sort of carve a path through the enemies, sort of around them, but pushing them to the sides when you can. As you start to sort of make a more clear path through the enemies as they sort of recover and don't know what to do. Talon, what are you doing?
I am quite literally just going to walk past them, and anytime someone tries to attack me, I'm just going to move slightly out of the way because I'm so used to just not getting hit. And I'd like to use my agility to do that.
Sure.
Let's see if I can roll.
Goron
That was
very
a
agile.
45 do.
Woo!
Feel free to make rolls under the number 20.
No.
No, I'm
Now
good
that you
with
say
this.
that, and I'm the last person to roll, thank you so much, Elias.
You're so welcome, Jax.
Damn.
45. So as Pierre kind of carves this obvious path through the enemies, and they seem to like want to close it and look to see who's left to do it, you guys just see Talon the Goron just casually stride through them. And at one point, the Moblin who's been taking the brunt of this sort of force move and light damage goes and just makes a giant swing towards Talon, who just kind of just barely like sways to the side almost rhythmically and just avoids getting hit while maintaining walking speed. Just seems to walk through.
While I'm doing this, I'm also talking about, when my son was in high school, his friend Aruna was actually a really good student. And I'm just walking through kind of telling you guys about one of my kids.
Can you please just say you're walking in a like complete straight line? And
Sure.
whoever's in front of you, you're just gonna walk over.
Aside from the slight sway, it's been pretty straight. So as Talon continues to monologue about his real family, Arel.
So because Aurel was a successful thief at some point, I imagine she's very good at some point. She's very good at evading things. Aurel is also surprisingly flexible, which is no one has found out that yet. She also
Not
has
for
a
her
fancy-
lack of trying.
Not that anyone knows of. But the trying part, not the. Anyway, she also has a fancy feet, two fancy feet.
Your feet, they're too fancy.
Exactly.
Turn on your badge and your gun.
So I'm going to also use the
think about it.
agility roll. And
Okay.
you know what? I'm going to put 2 legend points in this because I kind of want it to happen. 33. So have you guys ever seen those spy?
She paused for you guys too.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Jax, my love, you're cutting in and out and you've now frozen. Oh no.
Extremely frozen. But we have seen something
We
like
have.
that before, as I vaguely stretch to say that
Oh, cool. She's back.
you're back.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
now we can.
Okay, cool.
What were you
I
doing?
don't know why my Zoom is freaking out.
Have you
I
ever
can hear you guys and you're
seen-
fluid.
Yeah,
Have you
all
ever
we heard-
seen
Sorry, keep it.
the movies where like it's a female who's infiltrating a place and there's like laser beams going everywhere and she's just like doing super strippery kind of moves?
Resident Evil, yes.
all of them, femme fatale, like anyone. Yeah, so that's what Aurel is doing. She's like doing really awkward, bends that you would never normally do, and like kicking up a leg and like going really flat and doing the splits for no reason. And
I love it.
yep,
Yeah.
as she goes across.
So as Talon kind of walks through the path that Pyrrha cleared, the Moblins and most of the Bokoblins seem to just reassemble themselves as a front with weapons at the
Yes.
ready. And Aurel just kind of cracks her neck a little bit and just kind of like prances towards them as they begin swinging just very awkward bends and zigzag
Beautiful and
motions
seductive.
while also being beautiful and seductive. Many of the bokoblins question themselves as they sort of swing, and she bends past them in a very artful way, eventually catching up with the rest of you as Zolta, behind all of you, just has that signature murdery look in her eyes as another path is cleared, not through agility, but through bodies hitting the floor of lifelessness and static electricity.
Why didn't you do that first?
As Zolta tends to murder her way through a couple of them, and you all get past that wave of enemies.
I just facepalm and go, 4 people, no death. 1 person, all the death.
Yep.
I mean,
Which is
yes,
great,
they're
right?
moblins, but
It happened.
I'm not upset.
I look
disappointed.
I look back at him and go, yeah, this is par for the course. Yeah, you get used to it.
So
I love her so much.
I love my fish waifu.
So you all get past that and quickly abscond to the other side. A few of them try to give chase a little bit, but can't really keep up with you. As you go towards the last time you heard Iruna's explosion was from a chamber near the top of one of the pillars in the castle. As you ascend and you go up there, you finally come across what seems to be the source of that, which it's almost kind of like what you would expect to see from like the throne room in Hyrule, but on a much smaller and much less grandiose scale. It's kind of like a hexagonal shape of a room with, the standard, fancy carpets and sort of a little bit of a few like chairs of import towards the back. As you've been approaching pretty much ever since the Moblin and Bokoblin encounter, you haven't really heard too many explosions from Iruna's bombs, nor the accompanying smaller explosions. And as you sort of arrive on the scene, you pretty quickly see why, as you see kind of face down on the carpet to the right, a face down Goron and face down Hylian man, who seem to be, barely moving, alive, breathing and everything, but down for the count. A few scrapes and bruises and cuts, and a few splatters of blood. You quickly look around for the source, and you see sort of standing near these chairs of import, 2 guards, similarly dressed to the ones that you encountered, Talon and Arel. Although they look a little more confident and a little more, full of themselves than the ones that you basically demoralized several times in the prison.
And then desiccated one of them.
Yeah.
Dominated both of them.
Yeah, they look very healthy and very alive. And sort of emerging from behind them, you all see someone who looks vaguely familiar, but for different reasons. The 3 of you, Kess, Pierre, and Arel, it takes you a minute, but given where you are and remembering the last time this weird shared dream state happened, you recognize this man as sort of this man dressed in dark clothes that seem to be sort of involved or behind some of the things that have happened that you did actually end up fighting head on the last time you
Who is this
saw him
man?
and won. Talon, you also vaguely recognize him. The circumstances around your arrest where he, a court official, randomly with some guards went into a crowd in Castletown, pointed out a series of random people to have arrested, claiming that they were agents of Ganon. You kind of like questioning and almost defending them because the Goron you see to the side there is someone you know. And it seems to be someone they know as well. You were kind of lumped in with them because he just called you a co-conspirator. And it's at that point you realize that that's where you recognize Pierre and Kestrel from as being part of that group, along with Zolta.
Now,
Albeit, you're pretty sure they had different names. And so you recognize this man as that official who did that. So as he kind of just like emerges from behind the two guards, he's kind of like dusting off his hands and looks up. Oh, good. You finally made it. Even with some extra cargo in tow. How precious. And as he sort of like finishes dusting off his hands, everyone but Talon does start to notice what look like tears forming in random places in the room.
Great.
Very, very small and sporadic at first, but you can tell it's maybe starting to pick up as he continues speaking. You know, I got to this timeline so much earlier than I expected, and it gave me time to think about why I kept failing to all of you. Twice in a row, I might add. And it turns out, being in the public eye, instead of slinking in the shadows like some would have me do, has its benefits. Such as having a personal guard detail loyal to me, and only me. And getting the king to decimate his own horses needlessly. You know, I don't even have to find a Zelda here. There's so much carnage, so much unnecessary loss of life that no matter what you or I do at this point, a wound is inevitable.
So that was a lot of words that you put together that seem like they should make sense but don't.
No, they do. Unfortunately, they do.
Yeah.
Hey, Cass, do we know him?
Actually, yeah, Arel, this is, I guess, the first time you're seeing him, but he seems to recognize most of you.
Cass just kind of leans over to her and goes, "Look, I gotta be honest. Every douchebag in dark clothes starts to blend together after a while."
Mm-hmm.
And
Raoul looks at herself.
you look at Arel, look back up at the guy, and it's just Arel suddenly that's there.
Look at Arel, now look at me. Now look at Arel, now look at me. I'm on a horse.
Cass is just like, I don't know. I know. I said what I said.
And as he's sort of, dusting off his hands on his clothes a little bit, although it doesn't seem to dirty the clothes, also seems to sort of start to take out a dagger or two from within his clothing. He looks up at all of you and he goes, so really that means that everything at this point is, well, just for fun. And at that point, I'd like everybody to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Dang, I rolled lower this time.
Ah, sorry.
So I got an 18.
Okay.
18, I'm going last. That's impressive, guys.
Fury, I think we might have to... How do we determine when we have a tie?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
Settle it like adults.
I mean, ladies first, Alex. You can go first.
You. Oh my god.
By the
I
way, I
am no
loved your
lady.
Cthulhu outfit, Alex.
Huh?
I love your Cthulhu
Oh my God,
outfit.
thank you.
You're welcome. It was
I
adorable.
felt good. Even though the makeup that day was like literally the last fucking second.
Oh no.
Still looks good.
I
I wrote out a 19.
There.
I was spooky and I loved it. So thank you.
It was grand.
Kiri and I both got 30.
But I'm gonna let Alex go first.
Okay.
I'm here to support them.
Thank you.
Okay, interesting. Oh, I guess I should...
us.
Um,
Oh my gosh, my computer is freaking out, you guys.
I'm sorry to hear this.
F.
All right. Cool. So as you see, this man clearly just looking to fight you for some inane reason. You're not quite sure his motives yet, and you're trying to remember what you've learned about him from these previous states months ago. Pierre, you also have daggers of your own and are very quick to react to this situation. What would you like to do?
Also, just real quick, Lykios redeemed a few things.
Yes, a few things. A great fairy heal for Talon, which you're at full health, so you get to bank.
Yay!
And a fairy for Pierre, but I think you're also at full health, and I don't know if you can bank a regular fairy.
I've always any healing. I just had him bank. Just
Then you can bank a normal fairy, Pierre. We also have a legend point for Talon and a reroll for Talon as well.
So can you repeat kind of the setup for this, Elias?
Sure. You have essentially two guards that look, standard guard equipped, albeit their clothing is a little weird. That seem to be like providing the man a little half cover as he's sort of standing a little behind them. You see what definitely seemed to be like a crumpled Iruna and Atticus to the side. And the rest of you are kind of just near the entrance of this chamber.
Gonna run up them and slap them with a knife.
Cool, who?
Do you mean stab?
Yes.
Slap. Oh wait, this is pointy.
With as ambiguous as
Yeah,
that statement was, I'm what I pictured was he runs up to Aruna's crumpled body and slaps him with his knife.
Wake up!
Wake up, David! No, I'm gonna go to the guard, one of the guards, and I'm going to.
Okay.
I want to eliminate cover.
Okay, sure. Left or right?
Left.
To the left, to the left.
Make my two
Gonna
attacks.
grab
Take
the
it
dog
back now, y'all.
in the air to the left.
One
What
hop this
is
time. Freeze! Everybody, clap your hands.
What do I wait?
Do I do double dagger attack? I think. Yeah, right.
If you're attacking with double daggers.
He's been fighting with spatulas.
I'm assuming you know how your character works.
I don't remember. Jody, help!
Double dagger attack. Because of your multi-attack specialist, you can make 2 attacks in a turn without having to deal with any disadvantage.
Thank you. That's what I was
so
trying. I don't
That's what
remember how
double
I
dagger
fucking
attack
did it.
is. Make 2 attacks.
Great, then I'm gonna do that.
Is it
I don't remember.
weird that I haven't touched his character sheet in like 2 years and I still remember it?
Not
No.
at all. Because
But
you've
I
spent the
couldn't
last 2
remember
years
a
explaining to him how his character works on a regular basis.
So I got a 50.
Uh-huh.
Someone
were
has
these
died.
rolls in the main campaign,
Let me
right?
check something.
Nope, doesn't hit. Sorry. Try
Oh
again.
shit. Well,
How dare
Reroll
you.
token.
50, you say.
what I do?
Okay.
For
So
real,
that
it's
that
a
will
Hydra.
let me double check.
10 over.
It's definitely 10 over. I'm seeing if it's kill over.
And that's only your first attack.
Not quite.
Oh my god. This is great.
Multi-attack specialist is fun.
Yep.
Damn, that's
By the
crazy.
time it gets to my turn, I'm not going to have to do anything.
My
You are a
God.
pacifist.
What?
All right. So you you go over to the guard on the left. Just kind of just like happily greet him as you just dagger
Nice to
this
meet
guy.
you. What?
Great to
Right
meet
under the rib cage, into his heart.
You do get a Bane because it is 10 over. As he begins to crumple to the ground, it's not an instant kill, but it was very, very close, as he is now just like basically in the state that Ibruna and Atticus seem to be in. Still standing, unlike them,
you like
and
it?
still holding his weapons, but yeah, he's a threat away from death. Seemed to hit some sort of vital organ within him.
I gotta see what my. I guess I'll inflict bloodletting as the Bane.
I guess.
Is that
The thing is,
Persistent damage bane.
okay?
I gotta look at the
So persistent.
other
when you
open
inflict
legends.
When you afflict a bane with 10 over, it inflicts it at its highest level possible. So what's your agility?
Oh, it's the highest level. My agility score is a 6.
6. Okay, so 6 would be, is that 2d6?
Is that power level 9?
No, it'd be power level 6.
That's
what your
1d8.
agility is. 1d8. Okay, so yeah, it's 1d8.
So do I roll that now or at their turn?
At the beginning of the target's
At the
turn.
beginning of their turn.
So yeah, as you remove the dagger, you can just see whatever you hit is like a neck artery, just spurting blood with each heartbeat. And
All right, cool.
What else are you doing?
Second attack. I'll go for the other one.
Okay.
I think I felt enough to that guy. 23.
Okay. That. Okay, does hit, not nearly as hard. As the one sees the spot where you aim for, and the other one, it makes a little bit more of a conscious effort to sort of
block?
defend that spot. You still get through, but it doesn't go nearly as deep. You can see him wince in pain, but it doesn't look like it was nearly as effective.
Okay, cool.
Are you staying there, moving around or away? Any other minor action?
I can't really get away without invoking an attack of opportunity, so...
Oh, don't worry. I'll move him out of your way.
Oh, okay.
can hang out.
Then I will abstain and let Kess literally eat these fuckers into the oblivion.
Kess, you react pretty much at the same time as Pierre, but hesitate as you see Pierre act quickly to rush up and stab them. As you see, he goes for a double stab, one working far more effectively than the other. What would you like to do?
I would like to hookshot the guy that he got with the 23.
The second
I
one?
would like, yeah, I basically just want to do a get over here. Gonna use 3 of my lovely little legend points for this. Hookshot strike. And I'm gonna hope it does well. 35.
Hey!
Okay. And that's an attack.
Get
right?
over
Yeah,
here!
so depending, am I 10 over? Probably not.
35. You are.
Cool. So then I can also, so it goes as an attack, but because I have a Bane that's the grab, so I can pull him back to me.
It's a force move. Okay.
Yeah.
Jody, do you happen to remember offhand if someone is force moved away from someone, does that provoke an opportunity attack?
No, force
Okay.
movement doesn't provoke opportunities. It has
I
to be
tried
voluntary.
beer.
I grabbed him by his spine.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, so
I think
I
we
get
have a
attack of
cartoon
opportunity?
about
you do
that.
not. No.
Damn.
But he doesn't either.
Cool! Get fucked, guy!
So you bring him over to, I guess, pretty much to where you are?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see him like get shot in the back, and he tenses up. He's still, you didn't paralyze him or anything, but he took a hit from that, and he's just drawn back right next to the rest of everyone else. And that does provide a nice little window on the right side to see the man who sort of seems to be readying an attack of his own. Is there anything else you can do on your turn?
I don't think I can.
You can
Okay.
pose.
No.
Superhero landing.
Okay, just take your coffee. Start drinking your coffee.
That dude gets pulled, and then Kess pulls a superhero landing.
Boom.
All right. So we're going to
Pull
go
superhero landing. The
go
dude
to
just like flops to the ground behind her.
go to Zolta now, who has just been waiting for the right moment. As she kind of side strides to the right to get a clear shot at this man, and tries to do a death drain, because that seems like something she would do. Does she really have that much advantage? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why she rolls ungodly high.
Ilea like did
She min-max
very well.
like crazy pants.
Zulta is kind of a one-trick pony, but the one trick that pony does is amazing.
When it hits hard.
Didn't think we'd be referring to Zolta as a pony today, but here we are.
And yet, here we are.
And yet, oh,
All right.
When it storms,
40
storms,
against toughness.
their heart stops beating.
That will hit. And then I don't know what banes she has attached to this. Do we know if persistent damage?
What?
applies to-
Sorry.
I'm trying to remember what veins are tied to that. Yeah, entropy.
Persistent
Okay,
damage
cool.
tends to be the
That
one
works.
she uses
Yeah,
the
yeah.
most.
So that's going to be
Because
power
pain.
level. Yeah,
I think with power level 9, it should be
Power level
2d6. Power level 8. Oh, never mind.
1d10. Okay. So Zolta lines up her shot, and sort of reaches out and tries to drain this guy's life. It connects, and he winces and crumples, but seems to just like shrug it off a little bit. It doesn't do nearly as much as it would do to, like, say, a guard. You still see him like tick a little bit. Some of it seems to linger a little bit, but he still seems very much upright and ready to have fun.
Gross.
Kid, you really don't want to do this. Trust me on this. It gets worse.
You're saying that to who?
To the guy that's still standing.
The guard or the man?
guard.
Okay.
The guard that just got death drained, because I've seen what happens.
No, she did that to the main man.
Oh, did it the main man? Oh, then at that point, I'm just going, okay.
Arel, you've seen people slowly start to disarm and dismantle the formation up there. What would you like to do?
Arel is concerned about Aruna laying face flat on the floor. Face flat
Those are
on the
words.
floor. They are.
Because of the size of his
Technically, they're
body,
linguistically sound?
because of the size of his body too, and he's face down, you just see this boulder of a rock just slowly breathe up and down, knowing that he's alive. They don't seem to be staggered or painful breathing. He seems stable,
Okay.
but he is face down on the ground. Yeah.
Not that time. So Arel is going to change into Shadow Arel.
Okay.
And then she's going to shadow step behind our main bad guy. But she's gonna stay instead of like, yeah, she'll just shadow step behind the bad guy. I think that's all I can do. And then I'm down here. That changes.
Okay.
That's all she can do right now.
Remind me, you're shadow stepping into someone's shadow.
Technically, I don't have to have a shadow anymore.
But you did to his, or you didn't?
No, it's just
behind
called
him, right?
shadow. Yeah, it's just
okay.
called shadow stepping.
Okay.
So
Okay, and then that's
Technically, I don't need a shadow anymore.
I don't.
I make my own shadows.
I do.
Motherfucker.
Everyone has shadows in their mind.
Okay, scared of you now.
As well you should be. Do
Yeah,
you
we
remember
got
her
there.
powers now?
I do.
what we got there. All right.
We have 2 characters in this campaign that are just this close to being the bad guy of the next campaign.
It's okay. They got redeemed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They,
know.
they avoided it at the end for now.
It's fine. I'm
Coming
sure
this
it's-
summer, campaign 2. Okay. As he notices that you have somehow teleported behind him, he will immediately notice and turn back around and see that you've changed your form to this shadowy version of yourself. He goes, "Who would have thought that they would have enlisted an actual Ganon worshiper to help them? That is so interesting." As he just kind of snaps his fingers in front of his face.
I'd like to point out she's not. Or at least that's what she says. Just point of order.
I'm here for the
And
pedantics.
Isn't that
We
what-
had a long conversation about this. She's kind of touchy about it. And she's touchy about a lot of things, but different kind of touchy.
he's going to use his turn
Wow, it does not take you long, does it?
to teleport himself, leaving Arel sort of there behind the guards. As he teleports behind the body of Iruna, which, because of Iruna's size, is giving him like waist-high, if not chest-high cover. Not completely, because Iruna's face down on the ground, but he seems to be changing his cover tactic from guards who are starting to fall to a fallen comrade. But that will be his turn for now, Talon.
Dylan takes a big breath in, opens his eyes, activates haste. And then
Not yet.
moves so that he's as close to kind of the center of the group as he can be. As he, no one's been hit by anything yet, right?
Iruna.
In your party?
Atticus.
In our party.
No, not yet. They rolled kind of low.
So he's going to start off and move very, very quickly over to Aruna and just go, hey, buddy, I think this is a bad place to lie down. Maybe you should go somewhere. And he's going to use the heal boon on Aruna to see if that helps at all. He's going to heal 11 hit points. Does it make him conscious or anything? Or does it look like there's nothing that me just giving him a pep talk is going to do for him?
You could sort of see he was vaguely conscious as you get up to him and use the heal boon, and as you use it, you just hear a familiar, "Oh, that hurt. Oh, hey, who are you? Oh, the rest. Oh, this is bad." And he seems to be
Yeah,
processing
I-
the situation.
Perhaps you want to move to somewhere else, because this seems like a bad place to lie down. I get it, though. Like, I get those nap attacks, too. Like, I totally understand. But
And this is a Goron you know, not by the name of Iruna, which is what other people have been calling him. This is a Goron that kind of got you involved in all this in the first place. You know of by the name of Ezus.
what's this? And how did he get me involved in all this?
He was one of the people that was randomly accused.
Oh,
and you were
okay.
just like, "Why are you accusing this guy? There's no need to." And they just accused you
so
too
we-
and sent you all back.
So we, Ezus and I have known each other for I'm assuming a while.
I mean, he's a lot younger than you,
Mhm.
but you're from the same city, and you guys sort of came to Hyrule Town or Castle Town under the same circumstances.
So I'm going to slightly modify what I say. I just go, hey, Ezus, come on, buddy. This is a bad place to be. Why don't you go wait over there? and we'll go ahead and deal with this. But I don't think this is a great place for you to be right now. Okay?
And he says the same thing.
Yeah.
Who are you? What? And processing the situation.
And then I turn to the other one's a Hylian, right?
Yes.
The other one, I turn to the Hylian and I'm like, hey, buddy, come on, time to wake up. Wakey, wakey. And I use the heal bane or boon on him.
I use the heal bane on him.
He wanted to stay
heal
unconscious.
14 hit points for him.
Okay.
And do I recognize the Hylian?
He was one of the people that was also accused, but
But I didn't know him beforehand.
no, not at all.
Hey, buddy, come on, wake up. Yeah, you see over there where people aren't trying to kill anyone?
So this guy does not come to as quickly as Aruna.
Okay.
You can sort of see that you did heal him, but it seems like he actually was unconscious and is not reactive, but does seem like healthier. Like a lot of the cuts have started to heal and all that.
Okay. All right, you just stay there. Don't worry about moving. I'll make sure nothing happens. All right. And I just get back up and go. Can we all just not? Like, I get megalomania, super fun, totally great, but maybe just not right now. All right. We're gonna take our friends and we're gonna go, and you can continue doing whatever weird things you want to do and putting words together that shouldn't fit. But maybe we don't go and, because I've seen what the fish one does, what the Zora does. She gets just brutal, and you don't want any of that. All right?
I get
And that's my turn.
Is fun. Love it.
As you finish your monologue, the man in black, who had just thought to use of Iruna as cover, turns to you. He goes, I'm gonna have to pass, as you very quickly see a dagger fly your way.
Okay. I would like to use my defend action to catch it.
That's against the attack roll, right?
Yep. So whatever his attack roll is.
Yeah, give me 1 second here. Yes, okay, that's what I thought.
Well, I guess I can't use the defend action unless he actually hits me, so I should probably wait to see if he hits me.
Nah.
He actually doesn't.
Does 18? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you see a dagger fly, and you're ready to catch.
Can I still catch the dagger? Or would I have to
because
roll? I'll roll for it if I have to.
Because the defend doesn't work unless it would have hit you. It goes too far wide for you to, like, you're ready to catch it, assuming he's actually the threat he makes himself out to be. And it just goes so wide, you're not even anticipating it going that far away, and you're just like...
So I look to see where the dagger hits the wall, and I go, were you aiming for that? 'Cause it's far enough away, you couldn't have been aiming at me. We're not that far away. Like, you literally could have taken, like, 4 steps and
missed.
then just stabbed me.
And the daggers that he assaults you with from his eyes, as he stares back at you saying all this, he just kind of snaps near his face, and the dagger reappears in his hand.
That is very useful.
But that's his turn. Roll your persistent damage, Pierre. Oh, and I forgot to...
Slash roll 1d8. 2!
This guy who's just been bleeding out ever since, barely standing, gives way and crumples to the floor.
Was I literally a hit point away?
You were, yes.
God damn it!
I was thinking about just saying, like, he dies on his turn, but I let you roll.
Okay. I appreciate that. If I only got a 51!
It's a 2 there.
Oh, well, that doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter at this point.
Oh, no, not you. I'm so sorry. Not you. I mean, you. No, wait. You matter, but not what you were saying, because I was responding to something. I'm sorry. I'm shutting
You're
up now.
good. You're good.
I'm so sorry.
So,
all we had was a miscommunication, and we got through it. We're fine.
Okay.
I mean, my thought was like, I've only got a 51. I mean, it didn't matter anyway. You moited him anyway. Correct.
So he looks at the guard who just succumbs to his injuries and falls, and he looks at you, Pierre, who's still standing basically at that spot, and is going to throw a dagger your way.
Okay, bet.
Yes, bet. Is a 26 hit your guard?
It does.
So as the dagger goes flying, I rush over and I catch that dagger, hopefully.
Okay.
Because I can move up to 30 feet when I make my defend roll.
action? Sure.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, that's on a reaction?
Catching daggers all the time.
So
Well done.
Holy shit!
as I catch the dagger,
46.
I just kind of look at it and go, can you make this return like he did? Because if not, you're not getting this back. This is not an appropriate way. There are a lot of ways to use a dagger.
The guy who
random Zora. Go ahead.
The guy who threw the dagger was the guy who attacked you. He seems to be moving with incredible speed.
Oh, okay. So wait.
It's a boss action.
So
It's a
he.
boss action.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought this is the other guard. Oh,
No,
and
he
so
died.
No, the other guard. The other guard who's not.
He's up
dead
next, though. He's up
is-
next.
Oh, okay.
is
So
currently on.
Oh,
a
then
bookshop.
if it's him, then I return the dagger to him with speed. And however much, due to what's the feat called? Due to battlefield retribution, he takes damage just like he would if that was an attack roll. So however much higher the 46 is than his. Oh wait, that would be 20 points of damage because 20 over his attack roll.
20 over his attack roll.
Yeah.
And so the 20, he just takes 20 damage. It's not against his guard.
Yeah, no, it basically his guard is effectively his attack roll.
Gotcha.
And
Okay,
so
20.
that's how.
Do you get a
because
bane
it's-
from that, or just the
I
damage?
do. Because of Battlefield Punisher, he gets incapacitated, if that even works.
You know, for a pacifist.
I don't make attacks. I stop them.
So Pierre, he seems to clock you as the reason one of his guards has died, and seems
Oh,
to
you
want to
think?
return the favor. And
Wait,
very
hold on.
quickly,
He seems to clock it. I was in front of him when I did that.
yeah, he's been
Look,
busy. He's been moving
He's
around.
not the most observant guy.
He clearly
How does he
talks a
roll
big
lower
game,
percent?
but when it comes to actual battle,
It takes a second. Okay, I get it.
and he throws a dagger your way. It goes a lot faster than you're anticipating. It's about to hit you before Talon just kind of very in a smooth motion intercepts it midway and just kind of just whips it back at him.
And I
Talon-
say, drop this.
I look at Talon and go, "Holy shit, that was fast."
And
I just kind of shrug.
with the same speed that he flung the dagger, it comes back
Amazing.
at him, which means he's not expecting it. It does hit a nerve center in the shoulder that you're used to sort of identifying Talon as a way to incapacitate. It seems to stagger him a little bit, and you do see blood come out from it. He's able to get a snap as the dagger returns to his hand from his shoulder, and he's able to shrug it off. You haven't seen anyone get hit there and not get incapacitated before.
You are an interesting one.
Yeah. Okay. He's going to give up on Talon because he's given him some issues and turn his attention to Kess, who has removed the other guard.
Is the other guard currently a shield for me? Is it harder to hit? Sorry.
A little bit.
Ah.
And so you see him with the dagger in his hand and think about doing that, throwing that dagger to you, seeing how far you are and seeing how much covered you are. He's going to instead raise his other free hand and just kind of give a gesture like he's waving you away. But you feel yourself moving.
Boo. Look down a feeling.
Does a 33 hit your guard?
Does I have an 18 for a guard.
Could I attempt, when I see her kind of getting force pushed away, could I attempt to kind of grab her and kind of redirect the momentum to keep her from moving too much? Or is it because that's a bane?
I think you're a little too far away at this point. It would be beyond your 30 feet of movement to get back to Kess. Given how far up into the room to
I'm
intercept
taking
from
your
Pierre.
guard with me.
Um,
That motherfucker is grabbed.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. So he kind of like force moves and not realizing that your hook shot is still attached to the guard. You feel yourself being flung into the wall near the entryway, almost like you're halfway from being flung out of the room and honestly, flung into the air outside. But your momentum is slowed by the weight of two bodies instead of one. As you do crash into the wall, the impact of the wall hurts you, as well as the impact of the guard coming into you hurts you before you both land. And you do take however much that is over your guard.
Okay. I do some math.
Is that 10 over, by the way?
Yeah, it is.
Fun. Okay.
Y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 hit points.
Oh no.
Cool.
Shit.
Now the guard who has been flung and is going to sort of readjust himself with the hook shot still lodged in his spine.
Great fairy.
Yeah, you can use that, I think, whenever you want, right? Or is it as soon as she takes damage?
I think it's as soon as I go down.
Oh, sure, yeah, okay. Well, that's probably going to come in handy because you're the closest one to him and the one who's annoyed him the most. So he's going to come at you with a sword in his hand.
I'm assuming he's too far away for me to defend.
Yeah, we just
Definitely
moved
now.
further from
Definitely
him.
now,
okay.
yeah. And he's going to... Oh my gosh. Does a 16 hit your guard?
It does not.
So he's going to draw his sword. And, your hook shot's still kind of lodged in his spine, so he's trying to figure out how to move and swing with that. And because he's trying to do that, he doesn't quite connect as you're
He
able
just
to
gets
just
the
quickly
wall and
dodge.
just like,
Yeah.
that's embarrassing for you.
Oh my god.
I'm embarrassed for you. You should be too.
And then, Mr. Full of himself gets his remaining 2 boss actions. He's going to... We'll try Talon again. Although I think he's going to do a forced move against you too, because daggers don't seem to be super effective. So... It's 44 versus your guard.
Is this against me?
Yes.
Normally that would work. However, I would like to defend against this by. So this is just
kind
like a
of
force
think
push
of him
kind of
using
thing?
some sort of invisible magic spell, almost like he's using the Force, and just kind of
Okay.
just like trying to move you like pieces on a chessboard.
Okay. So as I get kind of hit by this wall of invisible force, due to the fact that part of my training has been how to fall and kind of redirect momentum, once the momentum starts, I'd like to effectively kind of redirect my momentum to move me in a way that I don't impact anything. Can I try to do that?
Yeah, you're just trying to mechanically. What are you trying to do?
Just so I don't take any damage from this.
Okay.
I don't want to take any damage because I can't think of a way that I could redirect this attack at him.
Do you have
unless I could find a way to?
a roll you need to make for that, or?
Yeah, I'm just using the defend action using my agility. So that's why I'm saying.
And you have more than one defend action because of your haste?
I have more than one defend action because of Sentinel. I have the Sentinel 2 feet, so I can defend 3 times per turn.
Good to know. All right. Yeah. So do you need to roll against that?
Yep.
Or?
I have to actually make the roll. I'm going to pump 2. Let's go 3 legend points into this just to be on the safe side. So let's get that down to 3. I get a 57.
Holy shit!
I have advantage 5 on defend actions.
So
I'm sorry, is it an agility 9?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
welcome to level 9.
I'm as well a one-trick pony.
I feel like I am the most like balanced out of everybody for some reason.
Talana's just made of jello.
Pre-science.
And do I regret it? No.
So you saw him use this invisible force move against Kestrel, and you see him go to use the same thing against you, and you feel it about to take effect. But through your monkish training, you're able to sort of just bend off of it and sort of just slide your way down to the floor, shifting your weight in a way to where you don't actually move. You do get almost like prone there for a second before you just kind of bend back. And all these invisible forces just slide right off of you as you're prepared for this. And he looks at you and sees you not move and bend that way, and he looks extremely angry. So
I move like they move. Maybe you don't want to try that again. Like, I think you and I got off on the wrong foot. So maybe we just stop this all right now, okay?
He thinks you're right and is going to throw a dagger at the shadowy figure who tried to sneak behind him again.
He's gonna be like, he thinks you're right and says, let's go get some
Since
shawarma.
I didn't move, and I was right next to Pierre, who was right next to his guards.
You're pretty close to being able to intercept this if you would like, yes.
I would like to try to intercept it if it hits.
Does a 28 hit your guard?
No, I'm insubstantial to guard and toughness attacks.
What?
What?
She's currently shadow, so
I'm currently shadows.
Damn.
I can also freely move through objects and move in any direction, including vertically.
Oh boy, Elias, I'm sorry, Elias, but you played yourself. Congratulations.
It's good. He's learning.
Wow.
So
as I sit there and I'm about to go catch it, I watch it just go straight through and go, I can't do that.
No, but you can run at Mach speed and catch a dagger out of the air that's getting thrown at me. So, in a way, that's still good.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
It feels like you should have been able to intercept that dagger for whatever reason it get past you, but it didn't matter because it just passed right through Arel, who does not seem fazed by it in any way in her newly shadowy figure, which I think you've seen before at this point.
Yeah, I watched her dominate someone in it. I'm like,
Several times.
you know, every time we have these interactions, I'm looking right at Arel. I learn new things about you that impress me and terrify me at the same time.
Oh,
Pierre,
I mean that as a compliment.
it is now your turn.
you see the shadow blush.
What is the status of the other guard that Kess was dealing with?
The other guard is right next to Kess across the room. You could probably get there if you used your full movement, but in the another, not opposite, but in another direction.
I got this guy. Don't worry about it.
The main guy is sort of dishing out attacks from what seems to be a recovering Iruna.
Okay, I'm just gonna walk up to him and be like, "Hi, nice to meet you," and then hit him.
To the main guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's closer.
Tall, dark, and unable to hit a target.
Well, he would
So a
have been able to hit
stormtrooper.
them if some factors were not.
How many attacks have he made? And how many have actually hit the intended target?
So what are you doing, Pierre?
Open deflection paladin. Never wanted to answer that question. I'm gonna do my attack to him, and I'm gonna just throw more legend points on this, because why not?
Okay.
31 to hit on the first one.
That hits. It is not 10 over.
And then I like that so much, I'ma fucking do it again. 33?
That also hits and is also not 10 over.
Damn. Okay. And I'm not gonna do anything else.
Okay.
I put him very much in his line of fire, but otherwise moving away would be an attack of opportunity, and I don't know if I want to.
Okay. You stand next to an Aruna who's slowly getting up and taking the situation, and drawing some blood from this guy. Kestrel, this guard just tried to attack you. You see some movement across the room, handling the other threat in the room. What would you like to do?
Would you say that the other guy is within 60 feet by chance?
Yeah.
Cool.
I remember that cool when she asked, "What's the big baddie wearing?"
And more importantly, who are you wearing?
Oh my god.
This is Balenciaga.
Is that by Dior? Crazy.
What are you
It's
wearing?
made out of an
I
idea.
feel bad that I'm gonna have to ruin it now. No,
John,
I would
Calvin
like
Klein.
This is Demon King formal.
because I'm
This
still
is-
attached to the guard. I would like to use my hookshot strike again to use him to strike the other guy.
Can it work like that? Does your hookshot have enough like
but-
strength?
Well, we don't
Tensile
have to.
strength?
I think it can.
It can if it pulls people. Sure, why not?
I just want to know mechanically,
think-
can you do that? Because if it can, I'll justify it. But
I mean, forced move is the bane, and forced move works in both directions. So, from a mechanical standpoint, I think.
so you're
mean,
trying to.
Let me see if I can even roll it.
Okay.
Hello.
I mean,
Oh,
if
good, I
we need
have
a
a reroll
justification,
still.
she could swing him around using her hook shot.
Oh, that would be funny. Like a Mario 64 final boss moment.
I don't think it's gonna hit him for much, but it might knock him off guard. It's just like, fuck you. All right, I'm gonna use 5 of these, which should leave me with 4 left. Because I didn't delete all those, apparently. Foolish Galleon. Foolish. Hookshot strike. 5. 40?
40 versus guard against the main guy, right?
Technically, it's against. Or wait, or is it?
Who are you trying to damage? Because the forced move Bane, that's 10 over either way. The forced move Bane is probably going to apply to the guard because he's on
Yeah.
the thing. But who are you trying to damage?
Can I?
I'll let you split it if you want because of what
Here,
you're
I'll
trying
split
to
it.
do.
That's funny.
Okay. By the way, did you notice you got a great fairy heal from Imp?
I did.
Okay, just mark that. Okay, so you realign your hook shot in the back, and he, fortunately for you, happened to miss his swing and is temporarily facing away from you as he's recovering from that swing. You take advantage of this fact and be like, "I want to reunite you two," and just launch your hook shot. It's got just enough force of movement to just thrust this guy 60 feet across the room. As the sort of the man in black here is kind of just noticing Pierre come up him, doesn't quite clock from the left side, just a figure just rushing towards him at breakneck speed, not walking as they collide, and he takes let's see, 40 versus that is well, but the bane is already applied. Okay, so all right. Because of how this battle is going and the time we have left, I will ask you, Kestrel, knowing this cannot be a kill shot, how would you like him to be defeated by this attack?
Yay.
Who is him?
The guy, the full of himself.
But wait, I'm confused.
Black.
You said knowing this can't be a kill shot.
Yes, I'll
So
explain.
he
that
won't
in a moment.
die, but you will end the encounter with this.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that it thrusts the guard who's still holding his sword. He's flailing, and it's actually the guard's sword that hits him as they like land back into the wall, pinned,
So,
and then release of the hook shots.
okay. So, God, this jukebox is unreal. Not seeing the guard come at him from breakneck speed, he notices not only the body, but the sword he's holding just impale one side of him against the wall as his attention was focused on Pierre. And he sort of just crumples up against the wall. This massive attack that he did not see coming and could not guard against. As he's kind of just
against the entire body flying at you,
pinned
That's
against the
smart.
wall.
Step aside.
And he sees that this guard has already just been ragdolled and bloodied up. He just kind of just rolls his eyes, but you can tell it pains him to even do that as he takes his dagger and just slits the guard's neck. As the guard just kind of crumples away.
Thanks.
And he removes the sword and crumples to the ground himself, very, very staggered. As he's breathing very, very, very heavily. Which, by the way, the tears around the room, which you do not notice, Talon, seem to becoming more and more frequent and common and a little bigger. As he's sort of just breathing through this massive stab wound. It doesn't even matter. I won long before you took over these bodies of yours. It has to be enough. It has to be.
you tried so hard.
Got so far.
But in the end, it doesn't really matter.
And as you recite these words almost together, coming from some vague memory in your past, a vaguely familiar special colored, special crackling tear opens behind him. The last time that you, Kess, and Pierre encountered this man, that was one of his escape vectors. But this time he looks terrified as he notices it happen and see behind him. And he kind of just very painfully like positions himself almost to like a groveling, begging position towards the terror. He goes, "My lord, look, it worked. You have all that you need." And as he points sort of out the window and out the doorway, those of you who notice glance, and even you, Talon, see that above the battle, a massive orb-shaped kind of tear is beginning to form. Which for you, Talon, just looks like a massive just distortion of energy, black hole-ish looking thing.
So this seems bad.
And as he finishes imploring whatever is on the other side of this portal, you hear a voice, different, very different, coming from this portal that seems to respond to him, saying, "Then I no longer have any need for a subject who cannot keep mere interlopers at bay." And he seems to be more desperate. "But my lord, look, I've created your gateway. I've even given you everything you need in this time." The voice responds, "Almost everything." As the man who's crumpled and clearly bleeding out, clearly actively dying anyway, is suddenly thrust up into the air, and being sort of held upright as he is just thrust backwards into the portal, but he doesn't go through the portal. There seems to be some sort of wall membrane that is against the portal that he's just thrust back, and trying to be forced through this membrane is giving him pain as you see sparks of light just kind of leave his body and his clothes as just bits and parts of him are ripped from his body through the portal. And after a few seconds, what's left, almost a husk, falls down to the ground as he seems to be dead. and the portal that was responsible closes shortly thereafter.
I take it back. What she does, nowhere near as bad as whatever the hell that was.
And as that portal closes, and the man that has harassed you in these weird dream-like adventures seems to be no more, you hear a crack of thunder coming from the battle as that distortion seems to just immediately swell in size at a much faster rate. And as it begins to approach a critical mass, the color all around you drains almost to black and white as time seems to slow down. You see the battle slow almost to a stop as you all begin to see a large figure emerge from this distortion above the battle near the Temple of Time. And that is where we will end
Motherfucker.
today's episode.
Dang.
So, hope you kids had fun.
Yeah.
This concludes part 2 of 3 of the Imprisoning War One-Shot, 3-shot special. We'll be back next week, I'm sure, with even a different cast. We'll see what happens. But I want to thank you all for watching. This episode should be on YouTube tomorrow, Sunday, if not shortly thereafter. And be sure to clip your favorite moments from, I guess it's maybe a little too late for this broadcast, but for any broadcasts on the channel, because the top clip of the month will get a $5 eShop card. So yeah, if there is nothing else that we want to bring up, thank you all again for watching, and we'll see you in a week.
Bye.
Bye.